But that data set, there are about 30 of them. Okay, 30 people in total. So the first question says, calculate the mean. Right? Now, to calculate the mean, that is the first one, we know that the mean is equal to x bar equal to summation of x times, over n. Right? Summation of xi refers to each of those 30 values. So you add the values, and then you divide by the total number of values. Now, the good thing is your calculator can do it quickly for you, right? So I want you to take out your calculator. As I do it, you also do it, okay? You need to have your calculator in front of you, and as I do it, you do it. So we've got 48. Okay. First thing, you go to mod, then number 2, that's for statistics. Right? Stats is number 3. For my calculator, it will be number 3. Now, because here we haven't started the regression on grade 12 stats as yet. So you choose the number 1. Right? 1 minus VAR. So it will be 1. Right? So we're on number 1. Now the next thing is to enter all the data set. Right? All the numbers. Right? So there is no way out. You have to enter all of them. Now you have to be. Can you minimize talking unnecessarily, please? Right. So I'll start with 48. Then you press equals. Then 40. So, please do it as I am doing it. You press AC. When you are done putting the values, you press AC. So 55, then 43, then 38. Can you please do me a favor? My microphone is on. Hey, can you stop it? My microphone is on. Minimize and mess that off. And please, when you are doing this, your mind must focus, because you can make a mistake of not entering a value and your answer will end up being incorrect. So you need to concentrate. You press AC. Generally, in a test, in a test, they won't give you so many values because it will take your time. But if they do, then you have to be very quick.
Chris answer.
Okay, so I'm done. Once you are done entering all the data, you must press AC. Once you press AC, all the information will be stored in the calculator. You don't have to re-enter it again. Okay. Right. So it means when I teach the green group, I'm not going to repeat what I just did. I'll just retrieve the information. Alright, so let's answer the question now. So x bar is equal to the summation of xi over n. Now let's retrieve this summation of xi. Now please do me a favor. Because that's the first question of your paper, you have to know what to do. Okay? You have to know what to do. And don't be a spectator. As I am doing it, you must also do it. Right? So now I want to retrieve the summation of x. Go to shift, then number 1. Now I want to retrieve summation of x, so I go to number 3, which says sum. So you just look at your calculator. As I am doing it, you do it. Now I want summation of x, not summation of x squared. So I'll click number 2, and then I'll get that.
Oh, yes.
Listen, can you please see it? Hey, can I have your attention? Stop talking and pay attention. The data is already there. So you go to shift. Please do it as I am doing it. Then 1. Then sum, that's number 3. Then number 2, I want summation of x, the sum of the 30 values. So number 2, then you press equals. You're just doing a number.
Yeah.
Right? So it's 1,000. So it will be 1,408 divided by 30. Now you don't need to use your calculator and put 1,408 divided by 30. Your calculator also has the answer for the mean. So you go to your calculator, shift, then 1. Now we want to retrieve the mean. Okay? The calculator has got it. Right? You go to number 4, VAR. Right? That's the shortcut for variance, VAR. Please do me a favor. As I am doing it, you do it. Okay? So number 4, then you want x bar. That's number 2 on my calculator. Your calculator must tell you what x bar is. So number 2, then you press equals. Right? Please just give me the second to give me the answer. So that's the number of these values. And you can also get them from the calculator too. I'll show you. So x bar is going to be 46,93. Now, this is the mean, right? So this will be equal to 46,93. Is it possible to have a fraction of a message? No. So my suggestion here, then you say this is approximately 47. Okay? Because we are dealing with the messages sent by people. Okay? Or rather, the message is received by people. Yes? Why do you want to take so long? Why do you want to? Alright. Okay. So we have done that. Now I just want you to be aware that your calculator has got all the information. Your calculator has got all the information. You just need to know how to retrieve it. So if I want to know how many values I entered, go to shift, then 1, right? Then number 2, data. So number 2, this is the data here. If I want to know how many I entered, it's 30 here, up to 39. That's not the only way. But that's not the only way. You can also press shift, then 1, right? Then, okay, this one is number 2, so let me reset that. So shift, then 1, right? I think this calculator is not very advanced. Alright? Okay. So you go to number 4, that is BAR. Then you go to number 1, you want N, it gives you that. So you see that the calculator is telling me that N is equal to 30. You see, the problem I actually have with some of you, if I tell you that let's do it together, you're supposed to be following me as I do it. You quit, right? Wait, I'm going to repeat it again. So, I press AC. I'm clearing off everything, right? I'm starting afresh. The calculator is still in 36 mode. So all the information that I entered is there. So press shift, then 1, right? I want to know how many values did I enter. That is the value of n. So we go to number 4, VAR. Do you have that? Yeah. Then you see the n on your screen. Yeah, then you click number 1, then you press equals. Very simple. Right? Now, I don't need to divide this and that. My calculator knows the answer. So all I have to do is clear that. Okay, shift, then 1, then number 4 again. I want X bar. Right? That's number 2. Then you press equals. You get that. If you divide manually this 1408 by 30, you get the same answer. But why would you want to waste your energy and time doing it? Your calculator has got the answer already. Right? Okay, so that's the first one. Then number 2, can I have your attention, please? Mr. Chikanda is at the back of the class. Number 2, calculate the standard deviation. Now, though there is a formula based on what I told you yesterday, there is a formula to calculate the standard deviation. You have to calculate the variance first, then you find the square root of the variance. Now, in the old days when the calculators were not advanced, you had to do it manually. But now we have got advanced calculators, so we can determine that standard deviation, right? We know that the standard deviation is the square root of the variance, or we say sigma squared, right? We know that, right? So I can just write the answer. You get full marks. You understand? You don't have to do a calculation manually, right? So this is unnecessary to write sigma squared. So I'll just write sigma is equal to, right? Then you go to your calculator. I'm going to clear the screen there quickly. So you go to shift. Please do it as I am doing it. Shift, then number 1. Now we want the standard deviation. So number 4, our standard deviation is going to be sigma x on your calculator. Sigma x. Number 3? Yes. So it's number 3. Right? So that's the standard deviation. 20, okay, 2 decimal places to be 20,57. So sigma is going to be 20,57. Right? That's the standard deviation. Right? This is the mean. Then the next question, it says, what percentage of data values are within 1 standard deviation of the mean? Now, this part here, I want you to put your pen down because, from my experience, for whatever reason, most grade 12, they don't understand what this question is all about. The question is saying, among these 30 values, how many of them can you find within 1 standard deviation? By 1 standard deviation, we are referring to this. Allow me to just duplicate this page. So let me erase this. We have our mean already.
Request please, or if you can
community or educators that are on front office to please log out now.
Okay, by one standard deviation, we are saying there is a value, okay, or there are values that are less than the mean by one standard deviation. So it will be x bar minus sigma. This is the minimum of that interval. Remember what I said yesterday, that standard deviation refers to how far a value is from the mean. If theta is the mean, right? If E is the mean, if it's one standard deviation, let's say a shell is one standard deviation, right? Which means there may be some values between theta and what? And a shell. There may be some values between them. If none is also one standard deviation from theta, that is the same distance as a shell is from theta, there are also values between theta and none. Okay, but that's the mean there. So some values are less than the mean, others are what? Greater than the what? The mean. So this x bar minus sigma, that it refers to the values that are less than the mean. Then those that are greater than the mean, it will be x bar plus sigma. Right? We can write this using inequality. If we use inequality, it will be x bar minus sigma is less than x bar, right? Because x bar is our reference. That's the mean is our reference. This is less than x bar plus sigma. But the question is saying what percentage of data value? So we need to know how many values are between x bar minus sigma and x bar plus sigma based on the data set. Are you following that? Then, what is our x bar? We got it here. Please don't round it off. We use 46,93, right? So it will be 46,93 minus sigma. We got sigma as 20,57. So that's 20,57. This is less than x bar. And our x bar is 46,93. Then x bar plus sigma, we just put a plus here, so it will be 46,93 plus 20,57. Right? Can someone do a subtraction here? It will be 20 what? It will be 20 what? Or 20 what? 26,36. 26,36 is less than 46,93 is less than. It says this 57,5. Yes. Right. Now, you are going to tell me now how many values are between 26,36 and 67,5. In this data set here, how many values are between 26,36 and 67,5? Right? We have got the 5. One value is between 26 and 67,5. So all we have to do is, if a value is above 67, we don't want it. If it's below 26, we don't want it. Right? So the 5 is the minimum, so we don't need that. So let's do it row by row. So the first row, 48 is less than 67, so we need this. 40 is less than 67, it's more than 26, we need that. 65, we need it. 35, we need. 42, we need. We don't need 22. We don't need 102, we need 63, we need 55. Are you following what I'm doing? Yes, sir. It's common sense. I want values in this data set here that are between 26 and 67. Okay? So I need to count those values. How many are there? Right? There's 43, 38, yes, 27. 43 is between 26 and 67. Then 50, 68, well, okay, let's not take the 68, right? Because I don't want, because here we are doing the number of lines. Let's not take the 68. So that's 55, 43, 80, we don't want 74. 35, 33, 45, okay, 49, 58, 50, 48, 39. Now we need to count how many of them are there. Now, so we've got 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. Right? So we have got 21 values in the data set that are, can I have your attention? That are within one standard deviation. Now the question is, what is the percentage of those values? So that percentage is very simple. It's gonna be percentage, okay, let me do it here. Percentage of values within one standard deviation. Can you stop it? It's going to be equal to 21. What's the total of the value? 30. 21 over 30, and this gives you 70%. So that would be your answer. Are you following? Yes, sir. And then number 4 says, how many observations are within 2 standard deviations? Can you get that for me quickly? We are saying we need to know how many values are such that x bar minus 2 sigma is less than x bar minus is less than x bar plus 2 sigma. Right? We know that x bar is 46.93 minus 2 times the standard deviation is 20.57. This should be less than x bar. I'm not going to rewrite that x bar. We know that it's 46.93. This is less than 46.93 plus 2 times 20.57. Can someone simplify this quickly? 5.79 is less than x bar, and that one 88.07. Right. The next thing now, we just have to count how many values in this data set are between 5 and 8. Already you can see that this 5 here, this 5 is out. So the ones that I ticked previously, they fall in that interval. So 12 also, 18, right? 102 no, right? 68 yes, 80, 74, 72, 16, right? So we only have 2 values that are not in that interval. Therefore, the number of observations will be 28. It's equal to 28. Okay? Are you following? Are you following what I'm doing? Yeah. Sometimes we even get a question asking to determine the number of observations or the percentage of observations within 3 standard deviations. We just do the same. Right.